I hate money.
You hate it?
I hate money. But I know I have to deal with it.
There was one night I saw on your credit card where you spent $750 on a night out.
Surely not.
Big night.
Oh my God, you got me sweating.
The big question is, do you reckon $1,000 a month is enough for your eating out and seeing friends budget?
$1,000 is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
I would hope so.
Building wealth has little to do with your income or investment returns and lots to do with your savings rate. Those words from Morgan Housel are a reminder that sometimes the simple things are the most important when it comes to our money. In today's episode of Boost My Budget, we're unpacking ways everyone can improve their savings rate and put more money to work. Welcome to Get Started Investing, a show that helps you make the most of your money. My name is Ren, and in these Boost My Budget episodes, we're joined by listeners to unpack their spending live on the show and see ways they can track better, save more, and stress less. Today, we're joined by Hilda, who feels like she has no visibility over her spending and no motivation to get it sorted. I certainly resonate with this feeling. I'm not someone who tracks every cent in spreadsheets, and I've certainly felt that lack of motivation. The feeling that it's too hard to get my head around and then not worth it. But here's the good news. It's not too hard. In today's episode, I unpack Hilda's spending, and together we talk about simple ways she can take back control. If you want to take back control of your spending, but don't want to share your finances on a podcast, I've got great news for you. Our series sponsor, Pocketsmith, has built a great personal finance tool that helps you track your income, your spending, and plan ahead. It connects to your bank accounts and automatically categorizes your transactions, so you can actually see where your money's going each month. If you've got big goals like saving for a house or building your emergency fund, getting started investing, or just trying to avoid blowing your Uber Eats budget, this platform is super useful. Get 50% off your first 2 months of Pocketsmith's foundation plan by going to pocketsmith.com/equitymates. Thank you to Pocketsmith for sponsoring our Boost My Budget series and helping us keep all of our content free. All right, well, let's get to this episode of Boost My Budget with Hilda. Well, Hilda, welcome to Get Started Investing.
Thank you.
Now, this Boost My Budget episode, we're going to unpack your spending and talk about ways that we can boost your budget. But first of all, a massive thank you, because it is quite revealing to share your spending with people you don't really know. So thank you for volunteering and coming on.
I definitely a bit nervous,
yeah.
But I'm just having to go for it to send you guys some information. I was just like, oh no. So, no, thank you for having me.
No, that's all right. That's all right. So before we get into the spending, I guess I want to start with what you want to achieve, both like today, but just more generally. So do you have a big money goal that you would like to work towards?
Definitely like saving towards a deposit for buying something, like maybe 5 years' time, if not longer, in the foreseeable future, but doesn't have to be within a year or two. I have a lot of travel coming up this year, which should be fine, but it would be nice to know that it will be fine.
Yep.
That's, I guess, my short term and long term.
In terms of today, is there anything in particular that you want to get out of this session or you want to drill down on?
I think it's hopefully some validation, but a kickstart into me actually sitting down and looking into it, because it's something I thought about for so long, but I hate money. I hate money, but I know I have to deal with it. And I think just changing jobs recently, used to get paid a bit more, and now I'm a bit more cautious that I don't have that extra cash. That combined with also, wanting to really be on track for that deposit.
Yeah.
I have some money in my savings. I'm not making the money work for me. It's just sitting there, and it has been for a few years. So I think that's why I'm here, I guess.
No, we'll get to that. I think there's a lot of good threads to pull on there. Before I talk about what I saw when I had a look at your spending, I'd love for you to explain how you think about your money now, how you manage it, different accounts. What's your sort of financial picture look like?
I heard you should have different accounts for different things. So I set up 3 accounts where I have like my main spending account where my salary and everything comes into. And then I have this saving account where I had got a really good tax return one year.
Oh, nice.
So all that money went into tax, into like my savings. And then I have this, I call it Is What It Is, where every month I transfer I think it's like $200. And it's just for when something came up that I couldn't say no to, I have that money. And usually I don't use it every month. So when that thing does come around, it's like $600-800 for me to just oopsies.
Yeah.
So
your splurge account.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
That's there is one other account.
Oh no,
the credit card.
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you think about that in your financial picture?
It kind of started with one of those sign up and get a lot of contest points.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Then I realized that when you're paying your utilities and rent and all of that, that can't be done through the Amex. And I was like, well, now I need to do all my spending through this Amex to make sure that I get all the points to make it worth my while. Like I have enough points to travel to Europe next year for pretty much free.
Yeah.
So I'm just using it as a debit card per se.
As I said, I've had a look at your spending and I haven't met you before, and so I wanted to just cold without meeting you, try and build a picture of who you are based on your spending.
For sure.
So let me give it a crack.
Yeah.
And then you tell me how right or wrong I am.
Sounds good.
So Hilda, I think you are someone who lives in a share house. The house has a pet. You enjoy eating out. You particularly like good coffee and going out for drinks. You spend a lot of time exploring different parts of Sydney and traveling interstate. And you have a close group of friends and you prefer spending time with them over buying things.
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay.
Yeah. There's 2 pets. There's
2 in the house?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. Anything I've missed?
No, that's pretty good.
Right, there you go. I mean, it's a reminder our spending really tells us a lot about ourselves and our priorities.
That's so funny.
Well, let's get to your spending. And I'll share some initial observations and then we can dig into it.
Sounds
But
good.
you said you wanted validation, and let me start with the validation. You're earning enough. We can get on top of this spending and you can progress towards those goals. So let's start there with the good news.
Amazing.
In terms of my first observations, your month-to-month spending is quite volatile, or like the amount of money that you're left with at the end of a month. So I had a look at the last 8 months of spending. Your best month was April. You ended with a surplus of $1,200. Your worst month was March. You ended with a deficit of $3,270. So a big variation there. 4 months were cash flow positive and 5 were cash flow negative. I actually looked at 9 months. So a big difference between good months and bad months.
Yeah.
Is that surprising?
No, but I am surprised that I'm going into deficit more often.
Yeah. So you said you got a new job and you took a pay cut as part of that.
Yeah.
And I think this will be a good reminder for everyone that the most important thing in getting on top of your money isn't how much money you earn. It's sort of how you manage it and how much you manage to save at the end of it. Because even when you were earning a higher salary, you had more months where you were still cash flow negative. It's all about getting on top of the spending, which we're going to do. So don't worry about that. I'm not surprised you said eating out was important to you, because that definitely stood out looking at your transactions.
Yeah.
The flip side was you don't spend a lot on groceries.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, what do you think your ratio of the money you spend on eating out or drinking, and I've included Uber Eats in that bucket, versus groceries?
Like weekly or monthly?
I've had a look at the last 5 months.
I was like, I probably spent like between 50 to 100 a week on groceries, I think, and probably 200 to maybe 500 on food.
A week?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think you're sort of like 4 times as much?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're pretty bang on. Yeah. I mean, $50 a week on groceries is not much.
No.
You do eat out a lot more. For example, in June, you spent $660 eating out. and you spent $130 on groceries.
Yeah.
So I think there's obviously a big opportunity there, but as you said, it's important to you. So making sure that we keep some in the budget.
It's important, but I do know that I'm lazy when it comes to food. So then Uber Eats I'll spend more money on Uber Eats than it would be me walking to the shops.
Yes. Okay.
You know?
Yeah. I do want to give you credit though. So the reason I had to look at 5 months is I wanted to see how it changed over time. And your eating out bill has halved from June.
Oh, wow.
Was that deliberate?
I started seeing a new guy like a year ago. And like when you first start dating, you go out a lot more.
Yeah.
And I think now when we're like a year and a bit into it, we're like, oh, we can just cook at home.
Okay,
so I think
nice.
that's also not to blame him, but let's blame him.
Well, whatever you're doing, it's working because your food bill's gone down in a big way. Yeah. You talked about your 3 account structure earlier, which I love. I think you're heading in the right direction there.
Yeah.
And you have $20,000 in your savings account, which is great. Do you think of that as an emergency fund?
It's just there.
I mean, if you're thinking about building a house deposit, $20,000 in an account is a great start.
Yeah.
Do you know what interest rate you're getting on the account?
No.
Okay. That is definitely something we can improve. Yeah. You're getting about 1.5% interest a month. And these days you could probably be getting about 4.5%.
Oh, wow.
So that's a pretty easy fix.
Yeah.
Let's get to the credit card.
Yep.
So you do about 2/3 of your day-to-day spending on your credit card and then the final 1/3 on your debit card. Is there a reason for that?
No, just
whichever card's closer?
Yeah, honestly.
Okay.
There's no logic behind it.
Fair enough. But the credit card's important to you because of the points?
Yeah.
Is that something that's important to you to keep collecting those points so you can travel?
That was definitely the initial incentive to get it. And I tried to keep spending to build those points.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
In saying that, I use it as a debit card, try to make sure that I pay it off every month. So it's not like I have to have it, but I feel like I'm somewhat on top of it.
When I was preparing for this, the first note I wrote was cut up the credit card. Yeah. And I think there are people that really value Qantas frequent flyer points and the like, and they use credit cards in that way. And that's great as long as you're really on top of the spending. The good thing to see is you are paying it off every month, but the spending being split between the two, I was like, it doesn't feel like there's a level of control here. So no. I think whether or not you keep it, I think we want to be really clear about exactly what's being spent on it so you can know where your money's going.
Yeah, there's no control.
Yeah.
There's no oversight. Let's not use control.
Oh, that's right. That's why we're here. We're going to get there. All right, Hilda, we're going to take a quick break to say a massive thank you to Pocketsmith. If the cost of living has got you feeling tight, Pocketsmith can help give you confidence. Pocketsmith connects to all of your bank accounts and automatically categorizes your transactions so you can actually see where your money is going each month. You can forecast your cash flow to help you plan ahead. It's super useful for tracking goals like saving for a house or building an emergency fund. It even gives you a full view of your net worth with investment tracking via ShareSite. If you'd like to manage your money like a pro, Pocketsmith has a special deal for Get Started Investing listeners. Get 50% off your first 2 months of Pocketsmith's foundation plan by going to pocketsmith.com/equitymates. Thank you to Pocketsmith for sponsoring this episode and helping us keep all of our content free. Welcome back to Get Started Investing. We're here with Hilda, who has very bravely and kindly agreed to come on to share her spending so we can boost her budget. Hilda, we're halfway through. How are you feeling so far?
Yeah, good. It's I find this stuff interesting. I have no motivation to do it myself, which is why I'm here. But I'm enjoying it. Okay,
that's good. That's good. I am very similar to you in that I don't have a lot of motivation to manage this level of spending normally. It doesn't interest me. And I think for most people, there's more interesting things you can do with your life. That's where having a really good system can come in. Because if you have a good system, then you don't have to think about it.
Yeah, definitely the goal.
Yeah, and that's where I want to start because I think building the structure will really help you manage your spending without having to think every time you're spending.
Yeah.
So I think the first one is right now you split your spending across your credit card and your transaction account. I think you should split it between essential spending and non-essential spending. Have a transaction account or the credit card if you want points, but I would say cut up the credit card.
Yeah.
Personal preference. For essential spending. And so that's things like groceries, your subscriptions, personal care, haircuts, whatever it is, stuff that's just like cost of living. And then a second bucket for non-essential spending, going out with friends, drinks, coffees in the morning and stuff like that.
Yep.
Then when you get paid, transfer a certain amount into each. And so then you know sort of how much you're spending on that non-essential bucket.
Yeah.
The second thing, after sort of building that structure and splitting your spending accounts, you should embrace a philosophy of paying yourself first. So right now you pay yourself last.
Yeah.
The money just goes all into one bucket and then you spend, and then whatever's left over you move to your savings account, which isn't a great way to make sure the money's going where it needs to go. So when the money hits your account when you get paid and you automatically transfer it into different buckets, then you'll have more control and oversight over where the money's going.
Yeah, that sounds good.
In terms of taking your pay cut and managing it, if we talk rough numbers, so your new monthly salary is going to be about $6,000 a month after tax.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Your rent is $2,000, thereabouts, and you have student loan payments of $1,300.
Yeah.
Can't change them. That's it is what it is.
Yep.
So you're left with $2,700 a month. Then this is where we can kind of get granular and think about where the big opportunities are. There's about $400 to $500 a month in just retail costs or subscription costs or health insurance that I'm assuming we don't touch. It gets you to $2,200 a month. And this becomes really the discretionary spend. And this is the money that you're not being left with at the end of every month. The biggest opportunity in my mind is to massively bump up your grocery spend and drop your eating out spend.
Yeah.
I assumed if you bumped it up to $200 a week, which is $800 a month.
Yeah.
In this budget, I've got $1,000 a month that you still put aside for going out with friends, drinks, all of that. That still leaves $400 a month after that to put towards your savings goals or whatever it is you want to do.
Yeah.
So I guess the big question is, do you reckon $1,000 a month is enough for your eating out and seeing friends budget?
Like $1,000 is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
I would hope so. That's definitely achievable.
Yeah.
I just needed those numbers.
Yeah, it's always revealing when you have a look under the hood. And I think every time you get paid, you put, if you get paid fortnightly, so you split that budget in half and you say $500 every time I get paid is going to get put in my splurge account.
Yeah.
And then that's my Uber Eats, drinks, coffees, and you just track that for a couple of fortnights and you say, is this enough or do I need more in here? You can then adjust as you go, but it'll give you real visibility on how much am I actually spending and does this spending align with what I want to achieve and am I getting what I want out of it?
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. So then if you've got $400 that you're saving, you want that money to work hard for you.
Yes.
Because you work hard for it and getting 1.5% on your savings account, you can do better.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a number of good savings accounts that will pay about 4.5% interest a year. The next step for you would be to set up an account, move your savings there and keep it in a separate bank so it's not an easy transfer because there are a few transfers back and forth. So you want a bit of friction there. And so if they're away and they're getting a better interest rate and you're putting a bit of money in every time you get paid, hopefully you can really start to feel some momentum there. You can see that grow and that can be exciting. But you don't have to do anything because it's all just automated.
Oh, I probably didn't mention this at the start. And it's also obviously listening to your podcast and everything, just starting to be like, what is this whole investing thing? So that's also with that saving money. Like, do I just put it in that Macquarie account per se, or do I branch out?
I think investing would be good.
No.
But obviously I'm biased.
Well, I'm slowly getting on the bandwagon.
Well, I think a really easy way to start, because you can start with $1 these days.
Yeah.
So splitting that $400 that you're saving each month into maybe half and half.
Yeah.
Half into your shorter term house deposit savings account and then half into the stock market. That will be a good way to sort of do a bit of both.
Sounds good.
Nice. And then your credit card, the easiest way would just be to clear it and not use it.
Yep.
If you do want to chase points, I would say use it for your essential spending because the risk there is less that you're going to have a massive night out and put the credit card down and end up spending way too much.
Yep.
I think there was one night I saw on your credit card where you spent like $750 on a night out.
Surely not.
Alberto's Lounge in Surrey Hills in June.
It was a friend's birthday.
It was a group dinner?
Yeah, it was
a group dinner. Okay, nice.
Oh my God, you got me sweating.
Yeah. So I think if you keep the credit card for, Woolworths, Coles, Aldi, whatever it is, it's unlikely that you're going to have a $750 Woolworths shop. So keep the points ticking along, but you kind of keep that manageable, pay it off every month, and then have a separate account for your splurge spending. Set your savings up to automatically transfer straight up. I think that will give you a much better view of where your money's actually going.
Yeah.
How are you feeling now after those suggested changes?
Good. Thank you.
That's all right.
Yeah, a bit validated, so I got what I wanted.
Yeah, that's good.
But at the same time, motivated to actually do something about it.
Well, Hilda, thank you for joining us today. We really do appreciate you coming on. Hopefully you got something out of it. Hopefully everyone watching and listening it's made them think about their finances and they've got something out of it.
No, thank you.
Our friends at Pocketsmith are there to help you out. We're going to set you up with a 12-month free membership to their foundation plan. Plug in your accounts and it will track where your money's going, automatically categorize it for you so you can make sure that you're implementing the changes that we spoke about today.
Amazing.
And if you want to check out Pocketsmith at home, head to pocketsmith.com/equitymates and you can get 50% off your first 2 months of Pocketsmith's foundation plan. So Hilda, hopefully this helped. Hopefully your budget is feeling a little bit more boosted, but for a massive thank you for joining us today.
No, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Sounds good.
You can do that again if you want.
I was trying so hard not to laugh.